welcome back to my channel and thank you very much for watching. Today's video is going to be a fashion haul. I'm going to get straight into it and just say that some of the things I'm showing here were featured in my Come Shopping With Me video that I filmed when I was in Singapore. So you might have seen some of these items before and heard me talk about them before, but I wanted to include them anyway because you know I just love talking about clothes more than anything ever. So let's get going. So I'll get the bits that you have seen before out of the way first and start with the things that I bought in COS in Singapore. The COS in Singapore was so amazing. It was huge. I think it's quite new there as well, and they had like everything, every single item that they have online they had in that shop, so it was just heaven, complete heaven. So the first thing I picked up in COS was this really cute kind of baby powdery blue beanie hat. I'm a huge fan of hats, especially in winter. I don't ever really like how my hair looks, so it's just as easy to shove a hat on and then you're good to go. And also obviously when it's cold, like beanie hats like this are so cozy and warm. And this one I thought was a bit of a different colour for me, but would look really good with all black. And I wore it on the blog today's blog post, so that will be Friday's blog post by the time you're watching this. And I really like it. I think it kind of really flatters my skin tone, and it's not the kind of colour that I would ever wear in any other item really. Like I would maybe wear a jumper this colour actually, but obviously most of the time I'm just wearing black, but it looks really good with black, so that's all that matters for me really. And I absolutely love it. It's dead cosy, all of that stuff. They do come in different colours, and COS are really good for beanie hats, so if you're in the market for one, I would definitely recommend having a look on their website. Right, the next thing from COS is going to be so hard to show because it's a really weird item and I don't even know what to call it. I'm going to go with a cape. This is kind of like a cape. It is this black knitted, and it's really soft as well, so soft, turtleneck cape thing. So it's sort of short at the back, comes up short at the back, and then it's longer down at the front and has a split down the middle, but you don't like put your arms through anything, you just put it over your head and then it sits over your body like a tabard sort of would. I had seen this online quite a few times. Now unfortunately when I last checked the other day they don't seem to have it online anymore, but if you really like it then definitely check your nearest COS store or just ring about the stores around the country, because they had a lot of these in Singapore, so I'm guessing they might have them in some other stores too. The final thing I bought from COS I haven't actually worn yet, and it's inside out, but you can get the drift anyway. And it's this V-necked blouse, which has a tie waist and cropped, quite wide sleeves. It's in a really nice charcoal grey. I really like it, I just haven't had a chance to wear it yet. It was too hot to wear when we were in Bali, and I've just not worn it since I've been back. But I know that I will wear it. I'm definitely going to try wearing it with a turtleneck underneath it too to make it more winter appropriate. But it's just a really good basic in your wardrobe, and it's very COS-like. It's just, you can tell it's from COS, and that's always good for me because I love COS, as you already know. So the next two items are both items that have been very kindly gifted to me, and these both arrived while I was away, so I was so excited when I got back home and I unpackaged them and everything. It's always so exciting doing that. The first is this backpack from LOXLEY, England, and I love this so much. I have never had a backpack before, and I always see other people in them and think, oh, they look really cool, but I never felt like I could really pull it off. And whenever I've looked for them online, they've kind of never been me enough. Like, they've never been, I don't know, they've always felt kind of not sophisticated enough, I suppose. Even when they've been like lovely leather and everything like that, but this one is like the most chic backpack ever. And I think so much of it is because it's just so simple, and also it's the perfect size. So it's super skinny, so when it's sat on your back it looks really neat and just really flat and everything, and I love it. I love it for that because it looks so, it doesn't look too bulky basically. And I wore it out the other day to nip to the shops, and it was so weird having it on my back because obviously normally I just have a bag on my shoulder, and this was so much easier. Like, it didn't hurt, I didn't feel like I was walking wonky because my bag was so heavy. It was like such a practical choice, so I've been using this literally every single day since I got back. So the next item I've just realised still has the tag on. Well done me, because I've worn this twice and it's still got the tag on, so that was good. Hopefully it's been on the inside and people haven't been thinking that I'm like a shoplifter or something like that. But it's this really amazing black leather jacket from a brand called ANAAGA. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'm not really sure. This is when you feel to reach through the camera and touch this, because this is the most soft, buttery leather ever. It's a cropped leather biker. Now normally I'm a long line jacket kind of a gal, but apart from for leather jackets, I do have a really long line one, but a cropped leather jacket just seems to work more so than any other cropped jacket does, especially for me where I generally prefer a longer length jacket. It's got a fur collar on the top, a little pocket here, zips and things, silver hardware. It's kind of like got enough going on for it to be a cool leather jacket, but it's not really like buckles and studs and oh my gosh, too much going on, because that's not my kind of a thing at all. It's just nice and simple, but seriously, this leather is so soft. So I've again been wearing this non-stop too since it came. So the next item is from ASOS. I was browsing on ASOS the other day looking at all their coats. I'm just addicted to buying coats, I cannot stop. And then I kind of stumbled over into the menswear department because I'm a bit of a fan of oversized silhouettes anyway. And on ASOS, on the men's department, I so wish they had this on the women's wear section. They have, if you search for coats, they have a section that says wool coats. Now, I don't like coats that have less than 50% wool in them. I just don't really find them warm enough, and generally coats are more expensive, and sometimes I find that places will charge the same amount for a coat that has like 20% wool when you can pay that price for something that has 50% or more, and it's going to be much warmer, it hangs better, the material just looks better, and it will last so much longer as well. So personally, I only go for coats that have more than 50% wool in them. So blah blah blah, that was a very long-winded explanation of that, but ASOS on the menswear section have, in their coat bit, you can shop wool coats. I wish they had that for women's wear. I don't think that they do. If they do, I've missed it, and I haven't looked for it, so I'm pretty confident that they don't actually. So I was going wild in that section. There's so many really nice menswear coats, and the other thing that they have is they all have proper buttons on there. I feel like it's a thing for high street places at the moment, putting those big fat poppers on instead of buttons, which just drives me nuts because it makes it look so much cheaper. Even if you spent a lot of money on it, it just makes it look so much cheaper. So my colour block one from Topshop, that came with the poppery things on too, but I just changed them for normal buttons. So if ever I buy a coat that has those popper things, I change it anyway, but they don't seem to be doing that in menswear. They seem to have proper buttons. This is the coat that I picked up. It literally arrived about an hour ago, and I'm not fully decided on whether or not I'm going to keep it yet. I do really like it because I'm really into tweed textures, and also the colours in tweed I find really flattering and go with my colour palette really well. So I really do like the colour of this one. It's more like a houndstooth kind of a tweed than like a big checked tweed. Whenever I'm not sure about something, I always keep it for a few days, and every day when I get dressed, I try it on with whatever I'm wearing that day and think, do I want to wear this over coats I already own, if that makes sense? And if the answer is no on a few consecutive days, then I'll know it's not going to have much of a place in my wardrobe, whereas if I put it on and think, yes, this goes better than anything else I've got, and if I feel like that way more than once, then it's a keeper. So that's what I'm going to do with this one, and you'll know if it's on the blog in the next couple of weeks, and you know I've decided to keep it, but at the moment I'm on the fence with it. So the final item was like the ongoing theme of my shopping video I did in Singapore, and I've already done a blog post about them, but I'm just going to talk about them here as well because I love them so much. And it is these, wait, that was the wrong way around. Right, here we go. It is these Gucci, why am I crossing? Right, these Gucci loafers, I don't know why I found that so difficult. These are the ladies slingback ones. They do also do these in men's, and currently I can only find the men's version online, but you can get the closed back version too, and I'm sure you've all seen the ones with the kangaroo fur. I'm pretty sure it's kangaroo, or their fur. I think it is kangaroo. Anyway, the ones with the fur lining on the sole, which I love so much, but they are really expensive. But these, oh, I'd not seen these online before either, and I saw them in the shop and was just like, yes, this is my kind of a shoe. And I've worn them twice now since I've been here, and they are so comfortable. It's like wearing slippers. I always have blisters and stuff on the back of my heels, so this is perfect, giving my heels a break. Obviously they're not the most ideal winter shoe because half of your foot's exposed, but I'm very willing to suffer in the name of fashion. So I'm going to be wearing these through the depth of winter, that's for sure. This is really, really soft leather. They're really squishy, like squishy padded leather, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes you get that just nice squishy padded leather, which is a very technical term as well. And they're just so comfortable. They look good with everything. So I've been loving these, and yeah, definitely worth the higher price tag as well. So that's it from me today. I feel like I've absolutely powered through that. Like I've talked constantly and just so quickly. But I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, all the links for everything will be in the description box below. If things like that COS capey thing, I mean, I'm not going to really be able to find something similar for that, because it really is quite different. But as I said, just if you're interested in that, just ring around some of the COS shops, because I imagine they're still available in stores. But for other bits, they'll all be linked in the description box. So all the usual, thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you don't already, and I will see you next week in my next video.